You've probably heard of the gray rock method of communicating with a narcissist, but today I want to introduce you to the yellow rock method and talk about what the differences are. But first, will you do me a favor and subscribe to my channel? That's how these videos are going to get in front of more of the people who really need to hear this information. I'm Victoria McCooey. I'm a narcissist divorce coach, a motivational speaker, and the creator of the Reclaim Your Power system. I help people every day who are stuck in abusive marriages to a narcissistic spouse or already engaged in a contentious divorce from one. Okay, so first, let's review the gray rock method. I know a lot of people are very familiar with this. It's when you avoid interaction, and if you must interact, you keep it very brief. You give short, one-word answers when possible. And when you do have to communicate, you keep it very unemotional. This works brilliantly with someone that you don't really have to have that much interaction with, like a boss, a coworker, maybe even an adult sibling. But what happens if it's your spouse? What happens when you're married to this person and you have to have communication on a regular basis? Maybe gray rock isn't going to work for you. So a new term has been coined. I believe it was by Tina Swithin of One Mom's Battle, and she calls it yellow rock, which is gray rock with a little bit of emotion peppered in, just to keep things more compatible. The reason she gives for changing this methodology to a yellow rock method is because the family court system doesn't understand narcissism. They don't really get how contentious this situation is. They don't understand this type of abuse. So when they see one person, the victim, gray rocking the abuser, they don't see it as victim and abuser and you're protecting yourself. They see it as you're being cold and rigid and uncompromising and rude, and it reflects negatively on the victim because the court system doesn't understand this dynamic. And I subscribe to all of that, but I think there's an additional reason why her yellow rock method is the better choice for people who are still living with the abusive partner. And that is because it's going to just ignite more conflict. When you're not engaging with the narcissist is going to feel as if you're stonewalling them, and it will incite even more fury. So just to keep things going smoothly while you're forced to be in this situation with your narcissist, it's really important to just pepper in a few little niceties once in a while. Good morning. Hope you have a good night. Whatever it is, just little bitty pieces like that, just to keep everything calm and smooth. If you're making a meal, just to offer it to the narcissist. I know this is you're trying to pull away emotionally, but these little tiny acts of kindness are going to go a long way to keeping the peace while you're together. If you've watched some of my other videos, you might have heard me talk about channeling your inner Stepford wife. This is exactly what I'm talking about here. It's not real. You don't really care about this person. You really want to tell them to go to hell. But for the sake of what your purposes are to meet your goal of getting out of this contentious relationship, it is in your best interest and in your children's for you to channel that Stepford wife and have a pleasant smile on your face. Not a smile, but just a pleasant look on your face. Don't be angry, don't be argumentative, don't be cold. Just be pleasant. And it's hard. It's a really hard thing to ask, and that's why you need support during this time. And that's what I do for my clients. I help them get through the whole divorce, but especially this really difficult period where you're trying to play a role. You're having to be an actor or an actress in this situation just to meet your goals, to get to where you want to be. It takes a little bit of Stepford wife actions to keep things calm. So this is how I help my clients. I help support them so that they can go the distance and keep up their stamina and yellow rock their contentious spouse, even when they're living under the same roof. If this is you, if you're in an abusive marriage or a contentious divorce from a narcissistic spouse, please book a call with me. There will be a link in the description where you can get on my calendar and book your free session. We'll talk about what's going on, and I'll give you my best advice for what you might do to move forward. Did you find this information helpful? I sure hope you did. If you liked this video, will you please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I linked a couple of other videos here that I think you might also like, so I hope I see you in the next video.